Okay, the engagement you have all been waiting for. I'd like to introduce this next engagement. If it moves, why does it move? What parts does it need? Be as detailed as you can. So spend about 10 minutes observing the animal, drawing it, and making your notes all in one color, because we'll switch colors later. Go for it. In the workshops that I lead, you will definitely see teachers collaborating. I think the most important thing to establish in the morning of the very first day is safety for the teachers to be able to express themselves without fear of judgment by their peers or by you. So when you come into the workshop, I think that the most important thing you can establish are some group activities that really set the tone for safety. How does it work? What does it do? What does it do?
Would you ever think of inviting a theater or a teacher, media studies teacher into your class to talk about how you would adapt a literary text to?
It's a little abstract.
What you're going to see in my workshop is people who are engaged, people who are excited and inspired about learning, and people who are collaborating and learning so that they're learning together. All right, come on, back on track. Ultimately, I think the transformative experiences in workshops are when people are doing something, whether it be kinesthetic or cognitively interacting with each other or collaborating to try and solve a problem together. And if they're engaged in that activity, it's authentic learning.
We have this one too. We need a small one.
I think the most important thing that you can do during the workshop is to be sure that you do a lot of listening and that you model the important silence that a workshop leader or a classroom teacher needs in order to really tune in to the needs of participants. And then to be ready with a question. I think the less we say as workshop leaders, the richer our presentation becomes. Can you stop for just a second and look at everyone's expression?
I'm waiting for mine. It's just, I don't know. You don't normally do this.
You don't normally do this. Why not? Shouldn't we?
So we'll go ahead and we'll see if we can make a circle back in the back here. And then the discussion will be on this question up here, this idea of an international education for all, student access.
What is meant by access? Are we talking about special education? Are we talking about the economically disadvantaged? What are we defining for access?
You want to have a good handle on inquiry-based strategies because the program is student-centered and inquiry-based, and you want to model for your participants what that might look like. People with their differences can also be right. What does that mean in inclusion? What does that mean with special needs?
I think that's been the most powerful thing for us is to actually make sure to keep those students at the forefront of this conversation of accessibility.
Don't be afraid to ask the question you don't know the answer to. You'll be amazed at the discussion it creates, and you'll be amazed at the answer it creates that you never expected.
So cardboard box, foamies to make the gears, all right? Skewers to make the axle that goes through the middle. Do you think you can do this? Challenge. your favorite book, story, or character illustrated in 3D for your kids at school. Go for it.
This is going to hold the kettle.
When you go to the workshop, it's very participatory. How can you teach creativity without asking people to join in and have a go? So what you will see is a lot of supplies ranging the gamut from arts to sciences and even technology. The most important thing you can do is ideate and prototype, right? So get the ideas going and start building the prototypes. You've got lots of ideas. Build prototypes. You can always take it apart if it doesn't work. I think one of the most important learnings that workshop leaders can do in the workshop is to know when to ask the right question and know when to ask the next question.
So it turns like this and the kettle goes up, and then it turns like this and the kettle goes down. And then Hansel and Gretel are going to come along. There's Gretel. And Hansel.
That is
So that's our story. And
That
then
is awesome.
The roof re-roll again. We gotta